今天是行程的第6天，一早我们就坐飞机飞往纽西兰的北岛的一个大城市奥克兰。午餐后，我们就去参观一个 The Lord of the Ring 的摄影场景。本来这个是临时搭建的场景，但是由于它的造型非常奇特，风景也非常美丽，被游客要求把它永久固定了下来，现在变成了一个旅游的景点。嗨 ，OK， 好。
On the farm here, and we have about 400 head of the Angus beef cattle.
Oh.
So if you see any big bright dots, they're the cows, they're the beef that we have. Take a wee look out to your right, and you're going to see a pretty awesome view. Tree lines, and off in the distance you can actually spot the Kaimai mountain range. Now they did actually appear in the films, only for about 5 seconds, but it was enough for the locals to spot them and recognise them, which is pretty neat. Now it was in 1998 when Peter Jackson was first sending his scouts all throughout New Zealand to look for different locations for Hobbiton, or for all of the other sets that he used in Lord of the Rings. Now, the scout was seen just on your left hand side underneath the house on the hillside there, staring over the farm with binoculars. He then actually hired a plane to fly across the land. Now he spotted a giant lake, which he quite liked. And so then he actually asked the Alexanders if he could come down here and check out the farmland. In 1999, when Peter Jackson first started to build the Lord of the Rings set, he actually went to the New Zealand Prime Minister, who at the time was Helen Clark, and asked if he could have a bit of funding. Now she said unfortunately there's not a lot of spare money at the moment. We're going to enter into the Green Dragon and we're actually going to get a nice cold drink. I'm going to shout you guys all your first round. So that's something to look forward to at the end. Now to your right you see trees or tree branches. Now that there's actually a fake tree and it belongs on top of Bag End, Mr. Bilbo Baggins' very own hobbit hole. Now the reason why it's out there instead of on top of Bag End is because we are actually reliefing it. Now we had quite a bit of bad weather in the winter months. Quite a lot of the leaves fell off. So we're just reliefing it so it looks nice and new again.
Anyway, you guys ready to check out Hobbiton?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so come on down. A bit about what we see. So come on down.
小屋子啊，这个是Hobbiton看到的小屋子啊，电影看到的小屋子。
So that's his special
potato.
We're going to check it out later on. That's real. We have 4 No! They're into Hobbiton. Check out some more Hobbiton.
Now remember, it is important to sit close to me, just so I don't lose you guys. But come on down this way, matey. 'It was in 1998 when Peter Jackson first sent his scouts all throughout New Zealand to find some locations for filming of The Lord of the Rings. Now he actually had about 128 different outdoor locations that he used for filming of The Lord of the Rings. And Hobbiton here was only actually one of them. Now though, in all of the contracts that Peter Jackson signed, it said that once he finished filming, he'd tear down whatever set he had made, make it look as though he had never been here. And that was going to happen to here at Hobbiton. The team actually got about halfway through the demolition process, and we got quite a bit of rain here. This became very muddy, very slippery, and it became far too dangerous to finish destroying the set. So they said they'll leave for about 6 months and come back later in the dry season. Lucky for us though, in those 6 months, the first Lord of the Rings movie came out, The Fellowship of the Ring. Now the locals went to the cinemas, they watched the movie, and they recognised the Kaimai mountain range, which we saw off in the distance in the bus. Now, they went knocking on the Alexander's door, and they asked if they could come down here and check out what was left of the set. Well, due to contracts though, the Alexanders weren't allowed to let anyone come down here. So it actually took them about 10 months of negotiating with New Line Cinemas to get people down here. Now we had our very first tour in about December 2002, the same day the Two Towers premiered, and that was with 4 people in the back of a minivan. So we've kind of upgraded just a little bit since then. Now Peter Jackson came back to the Alexander farm in 2008. He approached the Alexanders and asked if he could reuse this land to build the Hobbit set. Now the Alexanders were all for this, however they had one condition, that they make this set out of permanent material. So what you see here today is actually supposed to last for about 40 to 50 years. So it is going to be here for quite a while. And it is the exact movie set that they filmed on. So it is very special, and they take good pride on it. So we have 4 full-time gardeners here at Hobbiton. They do an awesome job of looking after this place, making sure it's nice and colourful and bright all year round.
小矮人住的地方，这都是他们的家。
近啲影到白白 black chip 㗎，big fans 嚟嘅喎呢個。
係咯。那棵树好漂亮哈。烟囱。
It's a real tree. The stump you can see on top. And remember when I drove on the bus, you can see. Because when you look out there, you don't see any 21st century structures like power lines, roads, buildings, things like that. But that meant that Peter Jackson could do pretty much any shot that he wanted to. And he didn't have to green screen or cut anything out.
等一下去。
OK 好，OK 好好。
漂亮哈。
哦，那边有一个人拍照的。Popular one we have. So it's just this one up here. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to go through the gate on that Hobbit hole either, but you can still get quite a few cool photos outside of it. Now on top of it, you can see that's the stump of where the fake tree is, or fake tree was. Now for filming of the first movies, they actually had a real tree on top of that hill. But they had to get a fake one in for the second movies, and they actually destroyed the first tree during the demolition process of the Lord of the Rings set. But we're going to slowly head our way up there. The group in front of us has taken a few more photos, but that's okay. We'll take some just after.
树好漂亮哈。OK。 这是他们取景的地方。真的好漂亮。
这个才是他的家咯。
So it gives you the illusion as though our bag end is behind the hill, but trust me, it's not. It looks just like that other Hobbit hole we saw. But still very, very
It's based on a novel.
Yeah, so it's based
Trilogy
on,
of novels.
yeah, it's based on a novel.
Oh.
And yeah,
Just another name.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
上海人的街。哇，高兴啊！sayonara.
Oh, the one that makes a lot of oh, the sort of for the microphone now.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, my friend, now we are going to Rotorua. Takes us about an hour of journey. Once we arrive, we go for our dinner, yeah? After dinner, then we check into the hotel. And here along the way, yeah, on the right-hand side, you will see, okay, some natural glaciers. 自然的那个喷泉 is warm. The water is hot. Okay, you get to see this close up when tomorrow we visit Chipoya. Yeah, you will see that.
温泉
那么呢，这些温泉啊，你看有昏有没有？
有
啊，超超啊 ！Here very very here the minute we go down, you will say, Mister, why so smelly one? Yes, this is a smelly city. Okay, the all smell of rotten egg.